Yesterday, I told you a 4.7% Social Security raise sounds great on paper, but I also warned you it doesn't mean much until you factor in healthcare costs. Today, I'm going to show you exactly how much of that raise disappears before it ever reaches your bank account. I'm Dr. James, and this is your daily Social Security and retirement update. Quick recap from yesterday. The 2027 cost of living adjustment is still unofficial until October, with estimates ranging from 3.8 to 4.7%. Today's story picks up right where that left off, because there's a second number that matters just as much as your COLA, and almost nobody talks about it until it's too late. So today, we're covering 4 things. First, how premiums eat into your raise with real numbers from this year. Second, the new 2027 Part B premium projection and why it actually got better news recently. Third, who gets hit with extra charges through something called IRMAIA and how to avoid it. Fourth, a warning for anyone on a Medicare Advantage plan about changes coming this fall. Let's get into it. Here's the mechanic most people don't realize. Your Social Security raise and your Medicare premium are announced separately, months apart, by 2 different agencies, but they land in your check at the same time. And Medicare premiums are almost always deducted directly from your Social Security payment before you ever see it. Let's look at exactly what happened this year because it's the clearest example I can give you. In 2026, the average retiree got a 2.8% cost of living increase, which added about $54 a month to the average check. Sounds good. But at the very same time, the standard Medicare Part B premium jumped from $185 to $202.90 a month, a 9.7% increase, landing right on top of that raise. That single premium quietly clawed back about $18 of the $54 increase. So on paper, retirees got a raise. In their actual bank account, a third of it was already gone before the money even arrived. This isn't a one-year fluke. This has been the pattern for years, and it's exactly why so many retirees tell me their check never seems to go up, even when the news says Social Security raises are happening. The raise is real, it's just that Medicare usually takes a bite out of it first. Now, here's some genuinely useful news for once. The newest projection for the 2027 Medicare Part B premium actually came down. Earlier last year, the Medicare Trustees Report projected the 2027 premium would hit $218.60 a month, but the newest 2026 Trustees Report, the most current, most accurate estimate we have, now projects the 2027 premium at $209.50 a month, up from this year's $202.90. That's about a 3.25% increase, which happens to be the smallest premium jump since 2023. To put that in perspective, if your COLA lands anywhere in that 3.8 to 4.7% range we discussed yesterday, and the Medicare premium increase comes in around 3.25%, that's actually a healthier gap than what retirees experienced in 2026. I want to be careful here. This is still a projection, not a locked-in number. The official 2027 premium won't be announced by the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services until November, but directionally, this is one of the more encouraging Medicare updates we've seen in a while. One important reminder buried in that same report: healthcare spending is expected to keep climbing over the next decade, and Part B premiums are specifically designed by law to cover about 25% of total program costs, with taxpayers covering the rest through general revenue. So even in a good year, like this projection suggests, premiums are structurally built to keep rising, just hopefully a little more slowly for now. Let's move to something that affects a smaller group of you, but affects them hard: IRMAA, the income-related monthly adjustment amount. If your income is above a certain threshold, Social Security adds a surcharge on top of your standard Medicare premium for both Part B and Part D. Here's the part that catches people off guard. IRMAA has a 2-year look-back. Your 2027 Medicare premium is based on the tax return you filed for your 2025 income, the one you're filing this year.
So a decision you make right now, this summer, about withdrawals, Roth conversions, or selling an investment can directly increase what you pay for Medicare 2 years from now. Based on current projections, the 2027 IRMA threshold starts around $111,000 for a single filer and $222,000 for a married couple filing jointly. Cross that line, even by a small amount, you move into a higher premium bracket for the entire year, not just on the amount over the threshold. For a higher income couple, IRMA surcharges can add up to nearly $15,000 a year in extra Medicare costs.
The items are RMDs, Roth conversions, capital gains. A stick figure is shown talking to another stick figure at a desk, a financial advisor. If this applies to you, here's your action step. Talk to a financial advisor or accountant before December 31st about your 2025 income, specifically required minimum distributions, Roth conversion amounts, and the timing of any capital gains. Small adjustments now can keep you out of a higher bracket 2 years from now. Visual. A document icon labeled Form SSA 44 appears. Next to it, icons animate on screen: a graduation cap, retirement, broken wedding rings, divorce, and a single person icon, death of a spouse. And if your income dropped this year due to retirement, divorce, or the death of a spouse, there's a form, SSA 44, that lets you request a reduction in your Medicare premium based on that life-changing event, rather than waiting for the 2-year look-back to catch up. Visual. The income ladder reappears. A magnifying glass zooms in on the line between 2 rungs. The text $110,999 is on the lower rung and $111,001 is on the higher rung. An animation shows a foot tripping on that line, causing a cascade of money to fall away from a wallet icon. I want to stress how easy it is to trip over one of these thresholds by accident. IRMA doesn't work on a sliding scale. It works in brackets, similar to tax brackets, but stricter. If your Magi comes in at $111,001 instead of $110,999, you don't just pay a little more on that extra $2, your entire premium jumps to the next tier for the whole year. That's why financial planners spend so much time on what's called bracket management in the years leading up to and during Medicare enrollment. A single unplanned Roth conversion or selling an investment property in the wrong year can trigger thousands of dollars in extra costs that could have been avoided with a little advanced planning. Scene end. Scene start. Visual. A Medicare Advantage card animates on screen, distinct from a traditional Medicare card. Narrator, Dr. James. Last topic today, and this one is specifically for anyone enrolled in a Medicare Advantage plan rather than traditional Medicare. The Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services recently finalized its 2027 payment rates for Medicare Advantage plans, increasing payments to insurers by about 2.48%, which works out to roughly $13 billion in additional funding across the program. Visual. An insurance company building is shown. A small money bag labeled plus 2.48% floats towards it. Next to it, a much larger rising bar graph labeled healthcare costs is drawn, dwarfing the small payment increase. Narrator, Dr. James. That might sound like good news for you directly, but here's the catch industry experts are flagging. Healthcare costs are rising faster than that 2.48% increase. When insurance companies don't get enough new funding to fully cover rising costs while still protecting their own margins, something usually has to give, and historically, the first thing to go is supplemental benefits. Visual. A checklist labeled Supplemental Benefits appears. The items dental, vision, hearing aids, and gym memberships all have green check marks next to them. Then an eraser animation wipes away the check marks, replacing some with red X's. Narrator, Dr. James. Think dental coverage, vision, hearing aids, or gym memberships bundled into your plan. Visual. A 5-star rating icon appears. The stars animate, with one of the filled-in stars turning empty to show a potential drop in rating.
Narrator, Dr. James. CMS is also updating its star rating system for 2027, the 1 to 5-star scale that measures plan quality. Because the scoring method is changing, a plan that was highly rated last year could see its rating drop this year, even if the plan itself didn't get worse. Visual. A calendar highlights the months of October, November, and December with the title Annual Enrollment. A large magnifying glass animates over the Medicare Advantage card. The text, "Do not auto-renew," appears in bold red letters. Narrator, Dr. James. My advice, and this is worth writing down, when Medicare's annual enrollment period opens this fall, do not let your plan auto-renew without reviewing it first. Check whether your dental or vision benefits are still included, whether your doctors are still in network, and whether your copays have changed. Plans change quietly every year, and the people who get caught off guard are almost always the ones who assumed nothing changed. Scene end. Scene start. Visual. A bright sun icon appears on screen with the title, Good News, Drug Price Reductions. Narrator, Dr. James. Before we wrap up, I want to give you one genuinely good piece of news, because most of what we cover here involves rising costs, and you deserve to hear when something is actually moving in your favor. Visual. A pill bottle icon labeled Ozempic or Wegovy is shown. Next to it, a price tag with $1,000 plus is displayed.
The numbers on the price tag spin like a slot machine and land on a final, locked-in price of $274. A calendar icon marks effective Jan 1st, 2027. Medicare's drug price negotiation program has now completed its second cycle of negotiated prices, and one result stands out. Starting January 1st, 2027, Medicare beneficiaries taking Ozempic or Wegovy will pay no more than $274 for a 30-day supply. For context, these drugs have carried list prices well over $1,000 a month for years, so this is a meaningful, locked-in reduction. 15 smaller generic pill bottle icons appear around the main Ozempic bottle. Each one has a price tag with a green downward arrow on it. 15 other high-cost drugs for conditions like cancer and diabetes went through this same negotiation process, and beneficiaries taking those medications should also see lower out-of-pocket costs starting the same date. If you're currently paying for any GLP-1 medication, cancer treatment, or diabetes medication out of pocket, it's worth checking whether your specific drug was part of this negotiated list, because this is one instance where the savings are already finalized, not just projected. Scene end. A summary screen appears with the title, Today's Takeaways. 5 icons are shown in a row as the narrator lists them. Let's bring this all together. Today, we covered 5 things. First, Medicare premiums directly eat into your Social Security raise, and in 2026, that meant losing about a third of the increase before it hit your account. 1. The seesaw icon. Second, the 2027 Part B premium projection actually improved, now estimated at $209.50 a month instead of the earlier $218.60 estimate. 2. A calendar icon with $209.50 on it. Third, if you're a higher earner, your 2025 income decisions this year will determine your IRMA surcharge in 2027, so plan ahead. 3. The income ladder icon. Fourth, if you're on Medicare Advantage, don't auto-renew this fall without checking your benefits first. 4. The Medicare Advantage card with a magnifying glass. And fifth, if you're on Ozempic, Wegovy, or one of 15 other negotiated drugs, your out-of-pocket cost is set to drop significantly starting January 2027. 5. The pill bottle icon with a downward arrow. The summary screen fades. A Social Security check appears. A mechanical claw animates down and claws back a portion of the money. A large question mark appears over the scene. Narrator, Dr. James. Tomorrow, we're tackling something a lot of you have asked about in the comments. Social Security is now clawing back old overpayments directly from people's checks, sometimes at very high withholding rates, and many retirees don't even know they're at risk until the letter shows up. I'll walk you through exactly what triggers this, what your rights are, and what to do if you get that letter. The screen changes to the Dr. James logo in the center. A subscribe button is drawn and then clicked. A notification bell icon next to it animates, as if ringing. Dr. James, if today's video helped you understand where your money is actually going, hit subscribe and turn on notifications. I'm here every day breaking this down, so you don't have to read a 200-page trustees report yourself. Drop a comment if you've noticed your own raise getting eaten by Medicare premiums. I'd like to hear real examples. See you tomorrow.